Oh, scare me like that. Are we live? Are we? Yes, we are. Sorry, guys. Welcome, everyone. It's another wonderful Tuesday. Welcome to Tea Talk. I'm Danny Kate, if you don't already know me, and whether you're joining me live or watching the replay, welcome. April, some of you may not know this, actually marks the beginning of Stress Awareness Month. And because stress is on the rise everywhere, I thought we'd talk about that gnawing pressure from work, that constant anxiety over money, political events, or even some of those the emotional things that we go through during relationship issues. It's stuff we all experience. And we do deal with stress on a daily basis, but most people don't realize that stress doesn't just sit in your head. It's also wreaking havoc on your body in ways you might not even notice yet. We feel it in our chest, our stomach, in our shoulders as they attach themselves to our earlobes. Stress does. It slowly chips away at our body and mind, wearing us down piece by piece. And it's easy to brush off stress as something everyone deals with, just another part of life that we all feel. But what most people don't understand is what's going on beneath the surface when stress is taking hold. And what happens is it triggers a flood of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which is our body's emergency response system. It's that, fight, flight, freeze reaction. It's an old ancient defense mechanism that's there to protect us. Now, when we're facing a deadline or an unexpected change or a challenge, these hormones, help us to rise up to that occasion, sharpening our focus, giving us the energy that we need to perform. In short bursts, stress can even be helpful, but when it lingers, that's when the real trouble begins. Over time, chronic stress isn't just a passing feeling, it's a slow poison that wears down our body systems and it compromises our health. The longer stress sticks around, the more damage it does. First, it affects our cardiovascular system, causing our heart to beat a little bit faster and harder as our blood pressure rises, kind of like I am right now. And if this goes on long enough, it can cause lasting damage to our heart and blood vessels. Our immune system, which is supposed to fight off infections and diseases, it gets weakened under that constant stress, making us more vulnerable to getting sick, and recovery time takes even longer too. Have you noticed that stress makes it harder to shake off a cold or, that your body takes longer to heal from an injury? It happens. Then there's our digestive system. Stress messes with our gut functions, and the effects are often immediate and uncontrollable. Your stomach might feel tight or bloated, and the annoying feeling of indigestion or nausea can seem like it's always lurking just below the surface. And it can also lead to long-term digestive issues too. Conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS as we know it, that sadly doesn't just go away when you feel less stressed. The physical toll of stress extends far beyond just a racing heart or a bad stomach ache. It affects every part of your body in ways you can't always see, but you can feel them. And it's not just the physical damage you have to worry about. Stress takes an even deeper toll on your mental and emotional health. When you're constantly stressed, it changes the way your brain works. Anxiety creeps in and it stays like a constant undercurrent that never seems to leave. It can lead to feelings of helplessness, depression, irritability, where, pardon me, even the smallest of issues feel huge. And the mental fog can make it really impossible to focus. Excuse me for a sec, we're going to do this again. I haven't been talking much today. It's my other tea. Now, you might find yourself forgetting things, struggling to make decisions, or even snapping at people for no reason. And that happens because stress doesn't just cloud your judgment, it clouds your life. And this mental toll isn't just about mood swings or frustration either. Over time, chronic stress can lead to real, diagnosable mental health disorders like anxiety and depression. Again, excuse me. The problem is that stress creates a feedback loop. More stress leads to more emotional strain, which then leads to more stress. It's a cycle that can be incredibly difficult to break without intervention. Now, if all of this sounds overwhelming, It's because it is. But the good news is you don't have to be a passive participant in your own stress story. You can take control. And the first step is to acknowledge that stress before it takes over. So many of us, we let stress build up until we hit a breaking point. But if you're proactive, you can catch it before it spirals out of control. Simple things like recognizing when you're tense and taking a few minutes to breathe can make a big difference. And it's all about catching those moments where stress starts to take hold and stopping it before it gains momentum. Take breaks during your day, step away from the chaos. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, a quick walk, be it outside or down the hallway, a few minutes of meditation, or even just closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths, that can reset your brain and give you the space to recalibrate. It's easy to ignore these moments, thinking you're being more productive by pushing through. But trust me, pushing through on a body and mind running on fumes isn't productive. It just leads you towards burnout. Exercise, that's another tool that you can't afford to overlook. And it's not just about getting in shape, it's about using your body to release that pent up stress that builds up throughout the day. It's one of my favorites. A good workout, even something as simple as stretching or yoga, which I don't do enough of those, releases tension and it triggers the production of endorphins. And that's your body's natural stress relievers. My favorite is even just a 20-minute walk, a speed walk. It can do wonders to clear your mind and help your body reset. And let's not forget the power of talking it out. Stress is isolating, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to carry that burden alone, whether it's talking to a friend and make sure it's, somebody who actually is okay with listening to you without judging you, seeking professional help, or even joining a support group. Opening up about your stress can relieve some of its weight. And you don't have to fix everything yourself. Sometimes just sharing the load is enough to lighten your mental and emotional load. At the end of the day, stress will always be a part of your life. We can't get away from it. It's a natural response to the challenges we face every day, but we don't have to let it control us. You can take charge of your stress by recognizing it early and using the right tools to manage it. The healthier, more balanced life you want doesn't come from eliminating stress altogether. And besides, it's not possible. I keep trying. It comes from learning how to cope with it effectively and not letting it take over. It doesn't have to be our enemy, but it does need to be kept in check. And if you learn to manage it, you can live a life that's not just about surviving, but being able to enjoy a whole lot more. So thanks, everyone. I hope I didn't stress you out with all of this. And, please join me tomorrow. I'm going to have a wellness show at 1 p.m., same place, Danny Cade Wellness on Facebook. I'm going to be sharing some information with you about microplastics. I know we're hearing a lot about that more and more, but I've got some things I want to share with you that I think are very important. So I hope you join me. Also, I'm going to put a link up above for some of you keeners that like learning things on your own. I have a wellness center that's got all kinds of stuff in it. There's interviews with experts. There's all kinds of articles on all sorts of subjects, recipes, some of the Vitality for Life shows that we've had live, they're all stored in there. If you want to see some of those, the replays are tucked away. So I'll have that link up above for you, as well as the one to my group, Danny's Wellness Tribe. I want to thank all of my latest joiners and, especially those of you that have been, pitching in with some of your own shared information. That's what this group is about, is helping each other to be healthier on your own terms. So take what you like, leave the rest. Also above, as well as those links, I'm going to have links to my YouTube channel, to my blog, and I think I got it covered. Yeah, that was it. So I hope to see you tomorrow, and hopefully you got something out of today. Thanks for being with me, everyone, and putting up with my coughing and spluttering. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little better that way. Take care, all. Bye for now.